Y'all, Christian Styles back for another video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you guys can come back for more. I see all of you guys that come in. You guys watch the videos. You guys don't subscribe. I see you guys in the analytics. I watch them every single day, very frequently. I know who's returning. I know who the subscribers are. I know. So all those returning viewers that are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that big red button, hit the bell notification, hit all, so you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. Make sure you like the video too, because my videos are always a banger. When you hit that like video, or when you hit that like button on each video, it helps me out tremendously, and most importantly, it is free. So let's get into this one. So as I've told you guys before, during this, there has been 3 attorneys, and I'm gonna break this down in a way that makes sense. So I said in the last video briefly that it takes 3 of them against little old me. Now, it's not 3 all together. They were 3 people separately. So Deborah was first. And once Deborah and I had a face-to-face conversation, she literally resigned that next day. I got something in the mail from the YMCA saying that she was resigning from council almost immediately. Like, once she realized that she lost that case, she lost it with flying colors, and she looked like an idiot trying to defend someone that was still actively sleeping with her husband and, you know, doing all the things that you're not supposed to be doing if you're trying to get someone to believe that you are being bruised, beaten, and battered. If that is the case, if that's the point you're trying to prove, what you don't do is continue to sleep with that person, continue to live with that person. And she was doing all of those things. So you cannot prove that point when you are not doing anything to help yourself at that point. You are basically making the bed to your situation. You're making the bed, and you just have to live in that. You have to live with your decisions at that point. So she was thinking, oh, you know, this is a situation of domestic violence that's gone so terribly. And she's honoring her victim role in all of this and her victim status. She believes wholeheartedly that she's a victim. She does. She does. And it's first of all, it's 2025. We're not living in a world where people don't believe that men get abused too. We're not living in a world where, you know, women are going to be catered to over a man simply because they're a woman. We're not living in those times anymore. No, people see people's behavior for what it is. And anybody who can't see that Akaya is the aggressor in every situation. She's always the person that starts it. Hence why that judge in that case said that she was an active participant and dismissed it with prejudice. So she was basically saying, you know, you must be a glutton for punishment, because if he's doing all these things that you're claiming is so terrible for you and to you, but yet you're going back to him every single time when you have other options. And this is what I never understood about her mother and everybody else that stuck their nose in business that didn't pertain to them. This is what I never quite understood. If this is what you think, why did she come back so many times? Every single time. I didn't even have to really call her. She came back on her own. And then she'll use the excuse, I was trying to work on the marriage. I was trying to keep it. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You weren't trying to keep anything. You thought that over time that I was going to forget the disrespect that your family had done, that the things that they have said about me, the things that they do towards me and still say about me to this day. I mean, we're talking about 2019 all the way till today. They still say disrespectful stuff about me. They still do disrespectful stuff to me and about me to this day. It's 2025. So she has not corrected that behavior still to this day. But then she expects so much respect. You're not going to get any when this is how you conduct yourself when it comes to protecting your husband's name, reputation, values, morals. You let these things go on like it's normal, and then you don't like that I'm not coming to your defense anymore. And I won't bother coming to your defense because look at how you're treating me. So these are the things that are not quite making sense. And when I explained these things to Deborah, we sat down in that courtroom and I explained these things to her. And I looked her dead in the face. I said, I'm not signing anything. I'm not agreeing to anything. I said, you can walk away from me and don't come back over here. Because she has to be able to prove her case. She wasn't able to prove her case, clearly. And so it got dropped. Then Serena took over shortly after that when I filed my first divorce petition. But it wasn't really a divorce petition. What it was it was a document a document for support without the dissolution of marriage. It's a particular Florida form that I filed, which means I want a parenting plan, I want a custody arrangement, I want a time-sharing arrangement without the dissolution of marriage. That's what the first case was. But Serena was lying, saying it was a dissolution case, when you can literally look it up and see that that's not the petition that was filed. So she was making the claim, he's filed 3 divorce cases. No, I did not. I filed 2, not 3. The first one was support without the dissolution of marriage. So let's get that completely clear. And that was the perpetual lie that Serena kept spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And she was talking about it ad nauseum as if she was telling the truth. And I know for a fact that she went and looked it up and saw that it was not, in fact, what she was telling the court that it was. So she knew that she was lying. I called her out for all those years. Every single time she lied, everything she filed, I debunked every little thing she did. And then I sent her a cease and desist because I got tired of her defaming my name and reputation. And when I got tired of her defaming my name and reputation, I sent her that cease and desist. And I told her if her behavior doesn't stop, that she would be sued. Because, there's going to be some serious legal action. Because what you're not going to do is you're going to sit and lie in a courtroom and put documents in place that are not factual and not backed up by any factual evidence. She just thought it up on the top of her head and said, I'm going to go file it. And then said, it's backed up because, your wife put her signature on it. She could put her signature on a bag of poop. It's still a bag of poop. Just because she put her signature on it doesn't make it true. It's still a crock of shit, especially if it can be proven, which means all you're doing is throwing your client under the bus for perjuring herself right along with you. So who's the criminal here? Because she perjured herself with every single document she filed. Not a single document that she filed read anything that was truthful. That she moved out of the house in 2023. No, she didn't. She moved out in 2022, 2 months after the baby was born. That's when she moved out. And I have proof because she signed herself off the lease. I have the written statements from the landlord. And when the landlord told her that she needed to leave the property because she trashed the property. And I had to call the police, and the police said, well, she was living here at a time, so technically this was her house, so she's allowed to trash whatever she wants to. But if she's going to sign herself off the property, then there needs to be a formal letter written to her from the landlord. We did all of that. So it's like she's lying about things that can be proven, which never made any sense to me. If you know I'm a record keeper, why lie about something that I can literally bring up and prove? So when her and Serena, their stall tactics and whatever for 2 years didn't work, because I finally got to the bottom of, or I finally got it to the forefront of the judge's attention. Well, we were going through 3 and 4 judges at that time. So it's like they could restart the strategy every time the judge got changed. So from Maria Weeks to Greenwood, or whatever the senior judge's name was, the older white lady, then the other senior male judge, and then our current judge now. Like, it went through so many judges. So she just started the same games all over again, started to do the thing about the psychiatric evaluation and blah, blah, blah. And she was just blaming things on Akaya. Oh, well, she's the one who's asking for these. Is Akaya the one that's typing these documents? Because there were so many grammatical errors. There were so many sentences that were duplicated and didn't make sense. There were so many sentences that I could literally point out look like someone who just learned how to type them. I mean, this lady is stupid as stupid could be, and she could not do anything right. And all of her reviews under Serena Carroll, the Carroll law firm, under her thing, that every single person says the same exact thing, that she didn't know what she was doing. I don't know how she passed the bar. The lady is stupid as stupid can be. Some fields are not for everyone. And that's why, you know, the official video on her is going to come out eventually. And so the official video is going to come out soon. And I'm going to go into more detail about why, you know, Serena Carroll is an idiot. But these are the things that I would do. She would lie to justices' faces and get caught. Every judge that she lied to, she literally got caught right in front of everybody in the courtroom. So it's like, you're not even trying to hide your stupidity. You're not even trying to hide a woman that practices law for a living would sit there in front of 4 judges and lie to their face and think that these 4 judges are going to go, oh, okay. So then when she got fined the $50,000 for lying to the judge's face, he should have threw her ass in jail is what he should have done. So you thought, oh, it's okay. I'ma just hope that he doesn't notice. No judge is going to look at something and go, that looks right, without investigating. So he literally looked at the facts that were being presented to him, and he saw, this isn't right. This is incorrect. He's flipping through the pages like, this is not, who signed off on this stuff? And the documents were written so backwards that you could literally, like, you couldn't hardly read it without scratching your head like, what is she talking about? And so that really helped me, because she was backwards on the time frames and when the timeline of things occurred. She didn't have the correct timeline. She was saying that I was in Florida when I was really living in Georgia. Her time frame was all backwards. And I'm like, I thought she said that this took place in April or in March, and I wasn't even here until November. So what is she talking about? That when I moved here, it was at the end of 2024, not mid 2024. I wasn't here. I was in Georgia, and I have all the Amazon pay stubs and all the Amazon YouTube videos and all the Amazon Snapchat videos to prove it, that I was in Georgia in the Amazon building during this time. If I look back at my memory, I film everything. So there's no way possible that you could prove that I was physically here when I was not. And I guess she just got tired of looking like a liar. that she is. She's a big old fat liar. And when I threatened legal action, then that's when she decided she was going to bow out gracefully, because that was really the only option she had. It was either you remove the lies from the court, which is only going to hurt your client because you'll have to admit that you lied and exaggerated and embellished the forms, or you withdraw. And so the fact that she withdrew because she knew she was lying, rather than fixing the forms, because that comes back on Akaya at the end of the day, it looks bad on her because you're her representation. She then decided, okay, well, I'm gonna just leave the case because that's all I have left. So then Akaya was blaming me. You made my lawyer quit. I didn't make her do anything. I gave her simple options. You either do this or I'm going to do this. It was a very clear, clean-cut ultimatum that I had every legal right to do. So I didn't make her. She could have stayed and sunk in, dug her heels in a little deeper. But then she would have really shown that she's no smarter than you. She's just as dumb as you for wanting to dig her heels in even more when she already knows there's no saving you. There's no saving you from this reality. So fast forward to now. She resigned. She put her thing in for withdrawal on the 13th of February of 2025, and then she, a couple days later, got granted that she was allowed to withdraw. So she withdrew, and so far, I put my review up. I did all the stuff that I needed to do as far as handling her. I did that. Still posting my videos about everything that's gone on because there's so much to cover that it's not going to be covered in a 40-minute video. It's just not. There's so many things, maybe 20 40-minute videos, because we're talking about years and years of deception. It's not a black and white issue. So it's going to take me a minute to get through everything that has happened. But we will get there eventually. I just wanted it to be very clear that now she's on to this new lawyer. And maybe the third time's the charm. Maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. But if you want to find out, there's only one way: to hit that like button, comment down below what you think about the situation, hit the share button, share with your friends, share on social media, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, hit all, so you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. And as I always say, guys, stay perfectly imperfect, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.